worse than the things I saw. This is death! For the things I did.
Karla-Simone Sara, good morning. Thank you for joining me.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Well, Karla-Simone, this is an explosive series. I mean, I enjoyed it so much. And how would you describe Frannie and her struggles that she endures?
Frannie is a tour de force. She's a force of nature. She's so intelligent, so witty, and that's what I loved about her. I loved her bravado. I loved the fact that she spoke out in situations where you would not expect her to speak in. And I just loved her gentle nature as well. You know, she was still able to love and meet Madame and allowed her to like come into her life. And yeah, she just had this love awakening, which I thought was incredible. And yeah, everything about her being a Jamaican woman was just on the page, just everything for me.
And Sara, this four-part series is about murder, truth, and love, all set in Regency, England. And also for you, this has a black woman protagonist. This fills a void in historical fiction, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I have always read to fill gaps, and I really feel as if I wrote this novel and this show to fill a gap, one that had bugged me as a kind of lifelong lover of period drama. There had never been a Black woman center stage in her own gothic, twisted period romance. And I'm so proud that we've been able to fill that gap.
And Karla-Simone, can you speak of Frannie's desires?
Oh, she has so many desires. So many. Well, you know, one of the things that she talks about in the show is that she wanted to be a writer. She was really obsessed with literature. She read a lot of books growing up, but it's not something that was quite easy for a woman to do, let alone a Black woman. So she didn't really quite pursue that until she starts writing her own confessions. Yeah, one of her desires is like to be with Madame. She would love to run off into the sunset with her, you know, be out and proud with her and just live a happy life with the world at her feet. But unfortunately, that's not the world that she lives in. Yeah, and I assume, you know, not assume, I know, one of her desires is to kind of just show people that what she's made of and to show that they can't get her down and that she is here to stay. And yeah, she's gonna make her presence known.
And Sara, the novel was a bestseller, and but was there anything that didn't transfer to the series? What were the challenges of making those transitions?
I mean, I was really reluctant actually to take this adaptation on because I knew it was going to be a huge, huge mountain to climb. This book really focuses on what's going on inside one woman's head. And that was important because we are trying to show a woman who is kind of resisting the circumstances of her society that are conspiring against her. And so the big question was, how do you put that on screen? You know, how do you translate what is essentially a story of unbridled desire for sex and intelligence and passion and an outlet for this ferocious intelligence? And I think we really had to rely on the tour de force performance of Karla-Simone, who is just incredible in the role, and also some skillful use of voiceover. I think we've used voiceover in the same way that it's used in The Handmaid's Tale, for example, to kind of embody and dramatize that feeling of willful submission that makes this character so compelling.
I was going to say, Sara, you know, you found your Frannie, didn't you? Did you know the moment when you saw Karla-Simone?
Well, not the moment when I saw Karla-Simone, because that was the table read, but the moment, my first moment on set, which I was lucky enough, was one of the takes for Karla's big courtroom scene. And I was crying. Actors in the take were crying who shouldn't have been crying. Everyone was so moved by what she was doing on set that we knew that she was going to be creating magic on screen. And she really has understood the kind of subtlety and nuance and intelligence of this character, which I think is still, unfortunately, so revolutionary for a Black woman on screen, especially in period dramas, that we just couldn't have been luckier.
I was going to say, Karla-Simone, with all the themes that Sara just described, but for an actress, the costumes, the settings, that all help bring Frannie to life?
Oh yeah, it was incredible. It was like being transported back into 1800s. I really enjoyed the costume. I loved the corsets. It really helped me to just flesh out who Frannie was and understand like the life she lived. The sets were incredible. The manners that we filmed in were incredible. It was just, yeah, it was a dream. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm just really grateful that I could be in a period drama. You know, like Sarah says, it is pretty rare, and yeah, it just was like a huge honor.
Well, congratulations to both of you. It was a wonderful series and groundbreaking. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. And let's talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Lovely to meet you.